How are we doing today?
Don't say late. Don't say late. I started on time. I started well on time. Don't say it was late. It wasn't late. It wasn't late. How do I sound? Time. I started. Ah, that's fine.
How are we doing today?
It's not. It wasn't late. I was bang on time. I was here, looking down at the time to make sure I went live bang on 5 o'clock. $1,000 PS5 shirt. Okay. You know what we're gonna do right now? We're gonna play a little game. It's called Chat Lies Again. Okay. Let's have a little look. Let's have a look. Hang on. Let's see how much it costs. $1,000 PS5 shirt. Let's see how much it is. So this is $400. 400. Unlucky. Unlucky. You thought? I don't know where the 1,000 came from. 1,000. 500. Unlucky. How much is that? It doesn't say. $500. That's 4,229. That's krona. Hang on. 429900. 429900. What's a brisket pund? What is that? I meant it to be pounds sterling. You're trolling. Pakistan rupee. I don't think I put that. Oh my god, how do I put sterling? Sterling doesn't exist apparently, guys. The pound sterling doesn't exist. Okay. Oh, whatever. I literally give up. Yeah, no, guys. The PS5 shirt was 2 billion. What? Yeah, that's how much it was. That's how much it was. I like how I could just see in chat here people being timed out. You'd love to see it. Most respectful. Okay, Nightbot needs to calm down. Oh my god. We've got Nightbot set up now because I was told that it might be good to help with spam. Where did the soy jack face? No, I did. I literally I sent it to my editor. I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a thumbnail. I'm gonna do this. And then I asked him to do what they do in Mr. Beast videos. You know how he just doesn't even look human? Hang on. You could see in the thumbnails it's genius. Like he will I mean, look at that. Come on, man. It's so genius. Look at his little pearly whites. Little baby. He's baby. By the way, how many people are here? Let me check. Right, so I know a lot of you wanted to know what happened on the bed stream yesterday. We did finish the bed. We finished it off stream because basically me and Ida were just so exhausted and tired. We just couldn't keep going. But what we did is, if any of you were here for the stream yesterday, you might remember that the wood we got for the base of the bed was too big. But what Ida did is she clutched it. She basically she kind of chopped them in half and put them next to each other. So we slept on the bed. It's stable and it's really comfortable. But yeah, just saves us driving like 2 hours to go to IKEA. So clutched it. Thank you, AB, for joining. Getting carried by GF. No, she did carry me. I'll admit that. I'll happily admit that. She completely clutched it. You see this Evangelion stuff behind me as well? She drew that. He shed that bed. No, so basically, we did finish the bed. And we're going to turn it into like a second channel video. I'm going to do some like post narration on it or something. But we finished it. The only thing we haven't finished is the drawers. But the frame is complete. We got a mattress on it. And the best thing is like, she likes heat when she sleeps. I like the cold. So her bed sheet's pretty thick and she's got thick pillows. And then I've just got a cooling pillow, which is like a napkin. And my actual bed sheet is like a paper towel. Video about the bed on main channel? Nah, definitely not. It'll be second channel, but I kind of want to throw in a lot of narration into it. Wait, so am I moving to Sweden? No plans to yet, but... Zach Hill in the chat. Thoughts on the Twitter checkmark? I don't know. I feel like if you have an opinion, you'll just be shot. So, I don't know. The thing is, I mean... I get where he's coming from in a sense, because Twitter checkmarks have always been by... 90% of the people that have Twitter checkmarks do not deserve them. They're either journalists that have connections, or they're YouTubers with like a dying following that just get a verified checkmark because they know someone, they know a contact. But obviously, yeah, they're monetizing the Twitter platform. I probably wouldn't get the Twitter checkmark, Twitter blue, whatever you call it. I don't know. It's one of those things, right, where it's like, you're not really allowed to get it. It's like NFTs. You know, people that do NFTs are never really public about it because they know they'll just be killed. Opinion on Luxembourg taxi driver. What is that? What is Luxembourg? Is that like a porn? What is Luxembourg? It's literally just... shut up. Is this the new house? No. No, I'm only staying here for a little bit and then it's back to the normal setup. Basically me on holiday. Explain the Discord paywall. Okay, so basically the mods came to me and they said that they're like really fatigued having to deal with people on the server, and I think they kind of said to me as well, it's like so many people join the server but they never like contribute. Like you'll have people flood in but they never actually like, you know, they don't suggest anything. They don't post any fan art. I'm not saying you have to be an artist or like a, you know, an active member to join, obviously. But the mods basically said like they find it really hard to manage it. And then they said, oh yeah, we can, if you want, we can make it so people can still join the server, but then they become a member to actually participate. I wasn't really that keen on it because I was worried that would just kill the Discord server. But I'm letting them try it for a little bit. And if it works, then it was a good experiment. And then if not, then we'll just go back to the way it was. Because obviously, I don't see half the shit the mods get, right? I know the meme, like, everyone hates mods. But, like, mods, like, they put up with a lot of shit. They really do. I know it's easy to clown on them, like, oh, Discord mod. But they do put up with a lot of shit. There's probably, like, if I had to deal with half the stuff that they deal with, including YouTube, I'd probably just have a mental breakdown. There's probably so much garbage they have to deal with every single day. And I'm not saying that, you know, every choice a mod makes is right. Obviously, there are people that get banned and stuff unfairly. That's always the case, unfortunately. But yeah, it's a difficult one. But I'm letting them trial it because they seem to want to do it. So you know, I signed off on it. But if it doesn't work out, then we're gonna go back to the way it was. I think what we might do, honestly, is one of the mods suggested to me, I think, is lowering the cost to be a member by a lot. So, you know, there's more of a incentive for people to join the Discord server. Because, you know, if it's only like $1 or something compared to, you know, like £5. Because, you know, like people like I Show Speed and that, they have it as $1. Well, they have it as tiers. I think that's what I need to do over the week while I'm here. I'm kind of going to plan, like, how we're going to look at doing tiers for the YouTube memberships. Because at the minute, we've only got one tier. But I think it'd be good to kind of set it into tiers. Twitter's a dead platform? Nah. I don't think Twitter's a dead platform. You'll have a lot of people try and leave because Elon took over it. But it's like, where are you gonna go, bro? On the Tumblr, when everyone left Tumblr because like they banned porn, they all went to Twitter. If Twitter gets banned, there's no replacement. You need, the only way a site can die is if there's a better competitor that slurps up all the competition. It doesn't make any sense otherwise. You need a bigger company. It's like, do you remember when YouTube first brought in that yellow dollar sign and everyone was shitting themselves? How was the interview with the Cruelty Squad, Dev? Haven't done that yet. I'm still in Sweden. I've got to go back to the UK for a bit, and then I'm going to head to where they live. Yeah, but anyway, do you remember with the yellow dollar sign? They had when that was first introduced, because PewDiePie, like N-word bridge, right? That's when YouTube brought that in, because advertisers said, like, you need to do something, we're going to pull out. So then they introduced the limited ads that, like, the initial run of limited ads, unless you were, like, Mr. Breast, or, like, you know, just good boy, you know, good boy YouTuber with contacts, like, you'd get, like, fucked. But I remember the yellow ads were horrendous. That there were people that were that scared that they would censor the word gun when they spoke. Like they'd be talking about a legendary gun in Fallout 4 and they'd censor the word gun, and it's just like, Jesus Christ, man. And then when Corona came around, right? They limited any ads talking about Corona. And then they kind of backtracked and they realized, oh, wait a minute. The entire world is going to get Corona. It's almost like it's going to become day-to-day part of our life. Okay, I'll tell you what. You say COVID or Corona, we won't actually demonetize you now. It's just so, it's so stupid. But again, my point is, VidMe slipped in and they were like, hey,
We're gonna be way better. We're gonna be way better than YouTube. Give you bigger cuts, and we got no limited ads.
And it worked for like a month, and then they died. It's like Twitch. Twitch will probably die within the next like half a decade. And then YouTube is just gonna slurp everyone up. You can hear that barking, by the way. It's my girlfriend's dog, Trog. Some of you may have seen him on last stream. He barks like whenever someone walks near the house. But yeah, I mean, obviously I'm going to say Twitch is going to die because I'm biased, right? They kicked me off the platform. But yeah, I think because YouTube is slurping up so many Twitch creators, and that's how you do it. That's how you gain, you know, because imagine if because they've got like all the, like they've got Saikuno, they've got all the Wholesome Chungus 300 Keanu streamers. Like, if they got XQC, it would actually be over. Like if YouTube offered XQC some fat, like, $500 million contract, it would be over. They could do it as well, but I don't think... I think they don't want to... Ludwig talked about you getting kicked off. Yeah, no, I saw the video. He basically just said, like, he's convinced that someone at Twitch hates me. Which I didn't want to believe, but yeah, no, I pretty much got all but confirmation on that. Someone on Twitch thinks I'm like a danger to children, like EDP or something. And they kick me off. Unlucky. I saw EDP on TikTok, by the way, today. I saw EDP, and he's came back as Cheese or something, his name, on TikTok. And, like, I might make a video on it because it's so weird how he's came back. Because all of his comments are just giving him support. And there's a video... I'm not memeing when I say this, by the way. It came on my For You page, and it's a video of him just no audio, like with his phone to his face, and he's eating a cupcake in the front of his car. And then the entire chat is like, I knew you were only there for the cupcake. EDPW. It's so weird. Like, I thought they were doing it like, you know, semi-sarcastically. But no, they were legit all God defending him. And this wasn't even like the bottom of the barrel comment section. This was like, you know how TikTok usually sorts from the most liked comments downwards? I think I originally thought it was someone reposting his videos. But when I saw him eat the cupcake, I was like, okay, no, this is actually him. And that TikTok had like 3.2 million views or something. Madness. So weird. Most sane TikTok users. Yeah, TikTok users will spend 5 seconds creating a TikTok and then 50 hours constructing in the comment section the most horrible way to roast someone. Most criticals in the new Meat Canyon video. Yeah, Meat Canyon asked me to be in a video with him. It might have been that one, but I didn't get back to him. I really should have. I keep doing that. I keep being asked by YouTubers to do stuff with them, and I never get back to them because I'm a fucking moron. Like Seth Tasintak asked me to be in his Tribal Hunter video, and then oh shit, I didn't do the pin comment. And now Meat Canyon's asked me as well. So yeah, it's my fault. I'm just missing out on literally just free collabs. Idiot. I do want to say, by the way, while I've been away, I have been planning on a way to obviously. Don't get your hopes up, not anytime soon, but I do want to look at bringing back ASAP. I really do. And I know I've said this before. I'm just kind of like experimenting ways to actually do it, you know? It is going to be difficult to do because I think my biggest concern at the minute is how quick information moves. Like, the thing is, at the minute you've got Ludwig with his Mogul Mail and you've got Critical, right? And if I cover something a week later than those two, no one's going to give a fuck, even if it's like a compilation. So I'm going to be late. I will be late. But then to counter that, I need to find an impressive way to present it. You know? Like, I can't just sit in front of a camera and talk about it. I've got to do something special. So then people go, oh, I'll wait until Pyro talks about it. It's... yeah. There's a lot of planning there. But, I do want to do it. What's Sunny video we reacting? We're not actually doing Sunny today, surprisingly. We are doing a bit of React Andy, though, because I need to get some videos out on the second channel. Any updates in the description video? I had to take a break on it. Cruelty Squad is, like, my main focus right now. Complete main focus. Thank you, Cat Piss, for joining. Why would you call yourself Cat Piss? Thanks for being awesome. Appreciate it, Cat Piss. Cat Piss. If I say that one more time, I'm probably going to get demonetized. I'll probably start in a minute with the React Andy. Excited for Sonic Frontiers and Ragnarok. I need to actually keep in line with like new releases and stuff, man. I swear, I never do that. I need to actually start caring about like new releases of games. I don't really care about any of them, to be fair. About Ragnarok or Sonic. Ragnarok is just pig carrying game where you carry a pig for 8 hours. Any games you might play in the future? If you mean do a main channel video, I actually really want to do a main channel video of that Pyrocynical. You know, the game where you've got one arm? Because that was a really good game. There's a lot of mechanics on that. And I think that'd be like a easier video to make. That'd only be like a 20-minute video. As opposed to like... This Cruelty Squad video, like I'm not memeing. I think it's going to be like 4 hours long or something. It's just, there's no way I can make it short and talk about everything. There is no way. Thank you, Apache, for joining. Loved your Misfits podcast episode. Yeah, they were so friendly. I haven't seen any of those guys in years. But they were just all, like, Swagger and Fitz. It was only those two. And obviously all their production team and that. But they were so, like, welcoming and friendly. It was insane. They were, and they're having a bit of a comeback now, which is nice. They were telling me that they're trying to, like, you know, force the Misfits brand a little bit more. Because you've probably seen them upload more now. Parasitic looked amazing. Yeah. Yeah, it was really good. The ending was a fat L, like just sequel bait. But the game itself had amazing mechanics, and I think the setups they had as well were really good. Like playing on the fact that you can only move, you can move and not shoot, or you can shoot and not move. You can only do one action at a time. It's such a weird concept, but they did it so well, and they have the Twitter voice actor guy in it as well. So, Rayman 2 review. Ah, any Glowbox boys in chat? Yeah. I mean, Rayman's always been a classic, man. I love that game. Thank you, Altreon, for joining. Yeah, Rayman's always been a classic. Rayman 1, I don't know if any of you played the first Rayman, the side-scrolling one. That game is hard. That game is rage heaven. And then Rayman 2 is just really cute. Your mic sounds different. It's probably because the room's so small, there's a lot of echo. But also, I've messed with the settings a little bit. I mean, no one seems to have complained about the mic yet, so I think we're all right. Is that Ava art? Yeah. Ida did it. It's Unit 1 and Unit 2. London apartment? No. London apartment would be like... I can't move, guys. I can't move any. The toilet's here, the bed's here, the kitchen's here. Can I translate your videos? I mean, if you want, I pay it. I have a guy that he does all my videos for me in Spanish. I mean, if you want to. Do you know Uber Danger? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. He every time he comments on my videos, it's always something really nice. He's a really nice guy. I want to do it in Chinese. What, like the subtitles? Mirror's Edge video on main channel. Yeah. Like I said, I think once Cruelty Squad's out of the way, I've got room to breathe with experimenting and stuff like that. My plan is, and I know this sounds like unironically insane, I rescued EDP from the Gulag mission. Well, okay, I'm not memeing here, right? You guys see it as well. The black guy, Hutch is his name in Modern Warfare 2. He looks like EDP. Please tell me you guys see it as well. Like, literally same facial hair, same build. Okay, EDP is not as muscular. And he even has the little shades that EDP has as well. The runner shades. I just keep seeing comments like how they had him in this game. EDP is very muscular. True. Fuel 445. He's fit though, not gonna lie. I wouldn't say that. I used to live in your walls, and I saw you do crack. Unlucky. You didn't have any. Unlucky. I've just had pasta with like Tabasco on it, and I can just feel it in my intestines, like messing me up right now. It's, oh my god. I should not have had spicy food before streaming. I'm gonna break out in a sweat. Thank you, give me butter. I can't believe Elon Musk is killing Twitter. I just saw a thumbnail from Charlie saying Twitter is dying. And today, the biggest... I saw... someone posted on the subreddit, by the way, saying Charlie was calling me out, critical, because he made a comment saying, like, something was embarrassing. He said, this is almost as embarrassing as being open about commissioning furry porn. And then I was like, ah. Okay, he might be talking about me, though. I'm debating on running to take a quick shit or not before I start watching this video. I'm just literally letting my body decide for me. In the meantime, I'll rechat. Ultra kill stream when? You know what? I think I'll put it off so much at this point. I need to get like a costume for it or something. I need to make... If I do an ultra kill stream, I gotta make it special, you know? Please leave. I want to see chair stream. How can I contact you about translating? If you go into the About section of my YouTube channel, you should see an email. It's like Ritual Network or something. You can email me there. Made stream 2.0. Pyrocynical poo cam. How much I gotta donate? This sent no EDP. EDP shit pics. I don't even want to throw an amount out. Tribal Hunter stream?
Hit the griddy again, you Briar's funny man.
I'm currently hitting the griddy for Ukraine.
Dogs be like... Dogs when someone walks 5 continents away. Okay. I think I might survive. My intestines are on fire, but that will simply motivate me. This is like a saw trap. It's like a... I need to react to the video as quick as possible or I shit myself. It's like the worst Saw sequel. This is like Saw 12 or something. Alright, let's get started. So, what I wanted to watch today is... Someone suggested this to me. $4 million taken, 5 years developed. Where is the game? So apparently this is one of those like Kickstarters where, you know, companies given literal millions and then they've just got nothing to show for it. Like it's just embarrassing. So, yeah, let's have a look.
A true sandbox survival horror. Fight to survive against a zombie-packed post-apocalyptic world that gives you, the player, freedom to choose how to do so. Settle down inside a house, fortifying the entrances with advanced, expansive crafting and fortification systems, grow crops in a fully fleshed out farming system.
Can I be honest? Is no one bored of this by now? Is no one bored of this trend of like open world, early access, survival DayZ games? Like everything he's just said has been done so many times. Like he just mentioned about growing crops. You do that in Minecraft. Like there is nothing new being added here. Like I remember there was a video sound up. Yeah. There was a video game called Apoc Z. I'll see if I can find it. Hang on. I think Frankie on PC did a video on this. Hang on. So there's this game called Apoc Z, and this is what I played as a kid. So this came out... Fucking hell, that's loud. Okay. But yeah, Frankie did a video on this. But this is what I played as a kid. This was on the Xbox Live Indie Store, if anyone remembers that. The Xbox Live Indie Store, if no one remembers, they gave anyone the ability with a dev kit to make their own games. And, like, 99% of stuff sucked. It was terrible. But this was basically a game that had, like, one village. Everything else was just, you know, grass. And then there was only, like, 8 players. It was terrible. It sucked. I mean, like, okay, I get it. This came out 8 years ago. 8 years ago. But even then, I remember playing it thinking, like, this sucks. This is terrible. But it truly was, like, an absolutely horrendous game. The only funny interactions you could have... I mean, look at this. He just gets sniped, doesn't he? I mean, you can literally hear, like, this was the main player base, by the way, just little children. Hang on. Like, I was probably one of these kids, honestly.
You driving your car, dude? pancake this guy with a gun.
Who's in the car?
Shoot him!
No! Kill him, go on, get him! Shank him! Said the British man. But yeah, no, that game, it was horrendous. It was terrible. It was somehow even worse than the DayZ remake.
And even build electrical devices to keep the lights on and the power tools working. Outside the potential safety of your house is a dangerous place where zombies might be the least of your worries. The massive, beautiful...
Why you say W game? Why would you say W game? It's the worst game I've never seen. Wait, you know what? Are they still... Hang on. I wonder if they're still making it. Do you know if it's one of those... It's on Steam? What? They're remaking it? No. You are trolling me. I laugh. Actually, I'm laughing. Like, it's the same company. It's Sick Creations. I can't buy it. It's coming soon. I laugh. Look at... Oh my god. What the hell? Oh my, look at this. Jesus, this is straight from like 2009. Oh, look at that grass. Very nice. Oh my god. And all this, obviously in the house of Babushka there. Press E to open. What? Imagine having like a promotional screenshot of your upcoming game saying press E to open door. I can't believe they're back. I have to get that game. There's one game I want to do a video on, which is a guilty pleasure, and it's Castle Miner Z. But I really would do a video on this. If no one knows what Castle Miner Z is, it was basically a Minecraft clone on the Xbox Live Arcade. No, the indie store. And it was just with zombies, and there were dragons in it as well. It is so bad. It is so bad. But I do want to do a video on this because I played this so much as a kid and I greased it and it is a bit of a guilty pleasure. Yeah, like Satan was in it as well. It's one of those games where every asset looks like it was lifted from something else. Because this just looks like it's from like Diablo or something. Also, as well, you could upload your avatars. You know, do you remember when the Xbox 360 had avatars? But in the PC version, it's just like boring military men. It's just like... I don't know why. This image go kind of hard, though. Like, he's overlooking all this, like, barren landscape, and he's got, like, a Mac 10 silencer. This image do go hard. I don't know. It do go hard, chat. And then he's just about to die there, all right? That image did go hard, though. Feel free to screenshot.
Full terrain of Alberta, Canada, comes with a full weather system, day-night cycle, and, of course, other survivors that want what you have. Explore, fight, build, survive. This was the pitch for DeadMatter on their Kickstarter campaign back on July 17th, 2017.
Even for 2017, though, that's like so dated. Everything that's been like day and night cycle. Far Cry 3 had that, and that came out in like 2012.
A dream game in a genre that has seen some of the most demand from gamers around the world since the...
I got a WhatsApp call. Why am I getting a WhatsApp call? A WhatsApp call on stream. Oh, I can't even mute the mic. Unlucky. Anyway.
It's a breakout of DayZ mod back in May of 2012.
It was my mom calling me, by the way, if anyone wanted to know. And I just texted her saying, go away, I'm streaming.
DayZ managed to reach over 1 million players in just 3 months, eventually going on to become a standalone game that sold millions of copies around the globe. DeadMatter was described by many to be the ultimate delivery of what DayZ should have been, and yet, as of August 2022, has not delivered on that dream. So let's go back to where it all started, 10 years ago.
I like how shooting out lights in video games has now become like such a staple if the game will be good or not. Like, unironically, I do two things when I get a new released first-person game, right? I look down and see if my character has feet, and I see if I can shoot out lights. Like, remember that stealth mission in Modern Warfare 2 where you were in Amsterdam, and it's like a stealth mission? I tried shooting out the lights there, you just couldn't. I was like, this sucks.
So, Johnny, tell us what your mod is about.
DeadMatter is a open-world zombie survival mod for Crysis 2. I had originally started working on it in November 2011, and now I'm kind of sitting right here.
In March 2012, the user Johnny Guitar created a project
So he made it as a Crisis 2 mod. So you'd literally need like 7 GeForce Titans to even run that thing on medium.
on popular video game modding website moddb.com titled DeadMatter. He can be seen as early as March 7th, 2012, replying to comments from those who found the entry and had excitement for the prospect of playing this game. This project was originally proposed as a mod.
Call my mum back. Okay, I might do. I might do. I'm gonna call her. I'm calling her.
Yo.
Hello, you're on stream.
Oh,
Yeah,
hello.
yeah, you're on stream.
Hi.
Say hi to chat.
All right.
All right.
Hi, chat. All right. How's chat?
How is chat? I'm looking at chat now.
How's chat? Is chat good?
There's like a delay on stream. I'm trying to see the reaction. They're saying
Okay.
they're
Hello,
saying
chat.
they're saying hi, Pyro's mum.
Hey, mummy. Oh, that's so cute. Hi, Pyro, mummy. Oh.
Hi, Pyro
look at
mum.
those little- Oh, those
I'm
little
honestly
tomato.
surprised the reaction is this wholesome. I expected them to just be completely roasting.
Oh, why would they roast? Don't be silly.
Skylar White.
Lol.
All right, I just wanted to call you on stream. But yeah, whatever you wanted to call about, I'll talk to you later.
Of course. So, just give me a call when you're done on stream, please, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no worries. We'll do.
Okay. Alright, have a good one. Love you.
Love you too. Bye 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 bye.
Ew, he says he loves his mom. That's gay.
mod
So
for
gay.
first-person shooter Crisis 2. But Johnny Guitar made it very clear he and his small team
I just for clarification, she's not actually like from London. She was doing a bit. She doesn't go, all right, from London, mate. That was a bit. I just want to clarify that.
were looking to create a standalone version of the game to turn the fan project into a real business. The goal
Is her name Skylar White? Skylar Comas, yeah.
was a Kickstarter, but they needed more people on the team, and Johnny's idea for achieving this was to ask random users to private message him if they were interested in giving him money. At this point, a handful of screenshots and a music
Okay, so that's the equivalent of like Discord e-begging for Nitro, or the equivalent of. Do you remember in Animal Crossing what was that? What was that character that everyone wanted? Everyone was simping over Raymond, right? You can get Raymond, the little cat in the suit, and you'd get so many Discord degenerates just like DMing and begging people to get that, or like begging for Nitro.
music file were all that were on display.
There's a video I think might still be on YouTube, and it's someone on a server, on this Animal Crossing server, and they basically say, I've got Raymond in boxes, which I think like means ready to go to be sent out to another user. Hang on. I want to see if, yeah. So this person on the server basically said, I have Raymond. So hang on. So this is Raymond, right? If anyone's wondering why it's all in Swedish, I'm in Sweden. But this was Raymond, and I think it's literally just because, you know, like, cat in maid dress, and everyone was like, oh, it's literally me. But yeah, no, look at this. This is genius. Okay, let's get a better video. Oh, this is it. This is it. So someone basically said, I have Raymond ready to give away. Oh yeah, giving away Raymond for 1 million bells. And look at the DMs. Look at the DMs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He sent 2 messages. He's begging. He's going hard. Look at this spam. It's over. It's the worst thing you can do is say you've got Raymond, because you just get so many degenerates just spamming you. Anyways.
But there was a promise of a teaser trailer coming soon, with a playable download coming shortly after.
1 million bells as well. Actually, that's probably not a lot for like late game players.
Pyro, Considering you grew up playing TF2 on Xbox, do you mind watching the new Ratlober video? I think you'll like it. Smile.
Ratlober video. Considering you grew up playing TF2 on Xbox, I'm still gonna watch this. But let's look at Rats. What's Ratlober? TF2 on the Xbox is a modded masterpiece. Really? Okay, I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save that. Because that's really interesting. Because I used to grease TF2 on the Xbox. Guys, can you guess what class I was? I bet you can't. It's really, really difficult to.
On July 16th, the teaser released, and if you look back, it's pretty comically bad. Despite this, the comments were mostly full of excitement. The next update came 4 months later with developer vlog number 1, part 1 of 2, which released on November 27th, 2012, in which Johnny Guitar shows some technical aspects of the mod like bullet drop, zombies, as well as houses and barricading, and in the second part of the vlog, 11 minutes of in-game footage, running around, shooting zombies, looting things, driving vehicles, and commentary from its creator.
The thing is with these mods that I feel is like, the initial concept isn't in bad faith. I think they're genuinely a fan of something and they want to kind of like create it in their own vision. But I think they either get a bit greedy with the money or they just become like complacent, right? Because like the scope of the game gets so big, because I think a lot of these developers, they have like stretch goals and they'll hit them so quickly and then be like, oh shit. And then it gets like so overwhelming. But some of them do legitimately just, they get greedy. They take your money and they just run away.
Just over a week later on December 9th, 2012, Reddit user Nickizor, which also happens to be Johnny Guitar, posted that the DeadMatter closed alpha was here. Users could finally get their hands on this Crysis 2 mod. Following this, they continued to develop the mod as well as working on an apparent standalone game, but it wasn't long until the drama started to kick in. An update that should have been available shortly after the closed alpha release was delayed until April of 2013, months later, due to a rogue staff member taking over the DeadMatter website and Facebook page. Following this, the mod was
Why does this always happen? You've always got like some rogue guy that like he has way too many logins to stuff than he should have, and he just does absolute like this has happened on so many like YouTuber Discord servers and stuff, like a rogue mod or something. I
talked about less and less, and the focus was clearly on delivering a standalone experience which the developers will be able to monetize effectively. And then nothing. They just stopped posting, they stopped talking about the mod, they stopped talking about the standalone, and everything just went dark. That is until on March 30th, 2016,
9
updates
updates
titled After All This
9
Time
updates.
on the
It's
since
over.
deleted website deadmatter.rocks. Unfortunately, due to the fact nobody archived these websites, all of the contents are completely missing. What remains are Reddit images and threads, usually with 1 or 2 comments, and often involving people discussing how they forgot they were even subscribed to the game's Reddit in the first place, and interest seemed to be at an all-time low. That is until December 13th, 2016, where DeadMatter made it onto Steam under the umbrella of the since retired Greenlight program. Greenlight allowed for developers to get their game listed on Steam via popular vote. Within the first few days,
that was, if anyone doesn't remember, Steam Greenlight was one of the worst things Steam has ever done, apart from like, you know, enabling CS:GO gambling. There were so many of these like complete dogshit rush games where they would use like bots to updo a game to force it to the front page. Like, if a game came through Greenlight, there was basically a 50-50 chance that it was just never going to be updated and it was just a money grab. It was terrible.
DeadMatter had hundreds of comments and went on to become the 4th highest ranking game in the program's history. Needless to say, the interest for what they were trying to create was abundant. Just under 8 months later, on July 17th, 2017, DeadMatter launched their Kickstarter campaign. The goal, as you'll often find on Kickstarter projects, was a laughably small amount, 60,000 Canadian dollars, which is around 50,000 US. Absolutely nothing in terms of making a game, but DeadMatter had been in development for 5 years already. Allegedly. The developers, now known as Quantum Integrity, were no longer just a man making a mod.
Does no one find the irony that like a game company that didn't update its backers and took their money, they renamed themselves to Integrity Software? Sometimes I don't even need to say like a funny bit. It literally just it writes itself.
It was an actual studio that had been incorporated. Within the Kickstarter, they do discuss this number and stipulate that within these $50,000, they've budgeted to be able to pull off a successful early access game launch, which is where they will then gather the rest of funds required to finish the whole project. Of course, anything more is welcome and will mean additional features for the early access launch, but how it's worded is that if the Kickstarter succeeds, the game will make it to early access no matter what. Alongside this, they speak a handful of times about their transparent development process, the importance of showing everything to their fans, as well as their vow to
We vow to never delete comments. I wonder how quick that rule was broken. Usually when developers say that they want to hear criticism, the first bit of criticism they get, they'll just end up banning the person straight away.
never delete comments or silence the voices of their followers, an important promise that, while naive, does come into play a little bit.
It's such a dangerous thing when you say that, by the way. Like, we vow to never delete comments. Just like, don't delete comments, but never say you won't. Because by doing that, you will literally have like Reddit vultures hovering you, waiting for you to do it, so they can just snipe you and be like, "I lied, look, he lied." It's like I swear, like, I have never deleted a YouTube comment in my life, unless it's one of those like sex bots that's giving a dodgy link that will get someone a Trojan. Because, like, deleting a YouTube comment is the worst thing you can ever do. I remember when Leafy deleted iDubbbz's comment, because iDubbbz made a comment on Leafy's video about his chin, and Leafy deleted the comment, or at least hid the reply, or blacklisted the word. And people picked up on that. iDubbbz picked up on that. Like, it's so dangerous. You should never do it.
Later. Over the next 30 days until August 17th of 2017, the campaign went on to raise $285,784 Canadian, which is around 220,000 US. To raise this amount, the QI team presented what is referred to as stretch goals, in which they promise additional content or features for each milestone of funding reached. These stretch goals had planes and trains, including all infrastructure required to use them, a brand new map modelled after Vancouver Island, along with new enemies, weapons, clothes, vehicles, and places to explore, new interactive AI settlements and factions, radio and radio stations, modular gear, new weapons, enhanced Twitch support, and player-made structures. All of these goals are massive undertakings.
Again, that they're promising so much, but none of that is what isn't already existing, right? Like pre-made structures. Sorry, player-made structures, Rust, radio stations. You get that in a lot of like custom servers and stuff. Like everything they're offering here is like, I get you don't need to reinvent the wheel per se. Like, not every game has to be a huge milestone, but you need to like at least improve on that, right? Because at the minute, everything they're offering, I mean, we'll be overhauling our player settlement, constructive capabilities allowing you to assemble seamless, personalized shelters. Well, personalized shelters, so you're just going to get a guy living in a building shaped like a penis.
Especially for a small indie team who'd already committed to building a sincerely ambitious game using what is a team lead's
Suck it down!
salary
Suck
to
it
divvy
down!
up amongst their entire company, minus taxes, of course. Anyone familiar with this video series, video game development, or running a business will know.
What are these options? Why have you got like... You've only got blue and green eye colors, but like 5 shades of each. What? No brown, black? Not even like the weird like pink or like, you know, like cyberpunk? It's so weird. Body details? It doesn't even say what these sliders do. It doesn't even say what these sliders do. Also, has anyone noticed when you have weight sliders in a video game, it changes basically nothing? I'm so sick of playing video games when they have a weight slider on a character and it makes them like a centimeter bigger or smaller.
Running a business will know that this would be impossible. However, it didn't stop people.
Wait, they had an unemployed? Okay, that's kind of based. They've got an unemployed perk.
However,
unemployed. You get 6 perk points. They made the Dark Souls deprived class unemployed in this game. That is based. Okay, I like that.
It didn't stop people from believing in the dream, which I always say is much more important than the reality, especially when it comes to things people really want. 5,452 backers threw down their money in support, some of which were so convinced that they parted with thousands of dollars for packages that promised
the best thing is as well, like, The deprived class in Dark Souls looks like every Dark Souls player. Just a guy sat on his computer in his underwear. Hang on, we got 2 donors.
I find it funny how you're noting CSGO gambling and Greenlight as the worst Valve decisions when TF2 essentially became the catalyst for modern loot box and MTX mechanics.
Yeah, that's true. They kind of have
you
like
heard about
fucked
Fallout
over everyone
4,
inadvertently.
New Vegas? They're basically recreating all of New Vegas in Fallout 4's engine, and it looks so freaking good.
I heard about that, yeah, that they're doing all of New Vegas on the Fallout 4 engine. I think that'd be pretty cute. I think that'd be really good. Apparently Bethesda signed off on it as well, which is like good to hear.
Them things like 50 copies of the game, a producer credit, and an invitation to their launch party in Calgary, Alberta. Following the Kickstarter's massive success, QI immediately began selling packages on their own website store, giving latecomers the opportunity to buy in and support development of the definitive zombie survival experience, as well as launching an Indiegogo campaign on the 6th of February 2018 with a goal of $46,000, which went on to raise roughly $1.5 million in the next 30 days. At this point in the story, they've raised all the money they said that they needed, and I could run you through each development blog, which showed an impressively made game and many features people have been yearning for in this genre ever since the initial craze of DayZ mod. However, the most important and interesting parts of the story come from behind the scenes, as well as how the company acted towards fans that supported their shared vision.
I can already see how this is going to end though, because the thing is 1.5 mil is not a lot. That's for a video game on this scale, it is not a lot. For an indie game or something, like some side scroll or something, okay, maybe, but 1.5 for like an open world, you know, with complex AI, structures, variable weather, day night cycle, like 1.5 isn't a lot. They would burn through that so quickly. One thing people don't realize is, like with movies and games, companies will literally spend half the budget on advertising. Like whenever you see like how much a film costs on like the Wikipedia page, they've probably spent a quarter of that on advertising alone.
DeadMatter as a project has been plagued with delays since the very inception. All the way back in 2012 with the Crysis 2 mod, there have always been problems. Back then, it was a couple of friends with a shared
not
love
on
of
Discord,
what they were trying to create, and there was no money involved, which makes it much more acceptable to just get things done when you can and not be held to deadline.
I like how his profile picture's the guy from Smiling Friends. I'm just reading it as him.
The project was honestly saved by the Kickstarter. Hooray!
When you become a business, ask for $80,000 and raise close to $2 million plus whatever they raised privately on their website, this becomes an issue. You're now a business making promises. You now have...
Also, I like this, by the way. You see the thumbs up, the okay hand signs, all the nice emojis? On the Pyrocynical server, if I make a single announcement, the first reaction is the skull emoji or like someone crying.
Have to worry about the perception of your game, the perception of the management, and what's going on with your community, as you are beholden to them. Each problem, each delay, each change brings...
Pyro, you make it so easy to make fun of you sometimes. You just complained about weight sliders not making chur actors fat enough. Come on now.
Okay, did I say fat? I did not say fat. I said they make it 1 centimeter skinny or bigger. The F word was never said. Don't put words in my mouth. Don't you gaslight me.
With it disappointment, especially when no one has been able to even play what they expected to get in their hands years previously. The QI team seemed to talk a great game at this time. They showed juicy content in their frequent blogs, but seemed incapable of launching the product in a timely manner, even in an early access or closed alpha state. This led to people being rightly unhappy, and when they shared this opinion, you can guess exactly what happened. Censoring dissenting opinions, something the Kickstarter campaign vowed not to.
They blocked comments? What? But they said in the contract they never... They said in the contract they would never do so... Guys, guys, this is ground... What?
Turning the Discord into a fairly unpleasant place, which was heavily moderated, with even slight criticism or questioning of information being...
It's like, the game's really good. I really love it. It needs some changes. 9 out of 10 gets banned.
Met with incredibly unprofessional behaviour and often bans.
running a community like a dictatorship and then responding to
Dictatorship.
criticism by hiding behind a bot to send sarcastic and petty remarks while simultaneously denouncing those same practices from your community members and then demanding their respect.
You are banned from DeadMatter. You are permanently being banned for flame baiting. What is flame baiting? What does that mean? Bro, it literally took me like 5 years to understand what fail RP means in Gmod. Like now they're saying flame baiting.
Is a very bad look.
You are now permanently banned from the DeadMatter servers for having opinion.
Not only is it distasteful, but it's extremely unprofessional. It has been a continued problem in the DeadMatter community that you aren't...
Give us the latest news. LMFAO. So DeadMatter, am I right? Yeah, it's pretty dead, not gonna lie. And then he was banned. Okay, that was good. He shed that skin.
Aren't allowed to question things or even engage in civil discourse if it does not fit the agenda of these mods and community reps and even partners.
The delays were not the only thing that were an issue. There was a lot of mixed messaging regarding the expectations of the constantly impending closed alpha. How would it happen? What would be the details? Many people familiar with alphas were bringing up the topic of...
Not the Discord screenshots. No, it's lit. Whenever Discord, it's like whenever a YouTuber talking about a past event brings up Reddit or Discord, like you know, it's gonna end terribly for absolutely everyone.
An NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, a contract signed by users to prevent them from discussing or showing materials covered under said contract under penalty of punishment, which would include a game ban, as well as potential civil lawsuits should the offender do any significant damage to the studio or their product. Multiple sources, including the CEO of the company, had answered this question frequently. The game would not be under NDA, they would continue to be transparent as they promised in their initial Kickstarter in Indiegogo. This changed...
This is what I don't understand about game devs and people. It's like, they'll make a Discord for their community, and instead of like, you know, working on the game, which is like the entire reason they have the community, they will just lurk their Discord server all day, hoping to find positive comments, and then they find a negative one, they get their day ruined, and then they just ban them. But it's just like work, like my Discord, I lurk it sometimes, but I just use it to post announcements. Like I'll occasionally interact with you guys. But, you know, like I don't sit there like, you know, just looking for someone saying something bad about me. Like it's so depressing. It's Twitter logic.
As of roughly May 26th, 2019, when the question came up again, and this time confirmed that an NDA would in fact exist for all closed alpha testers.
And a couple of months ago, we have been told that no, there wouldn't be any type of NDA, but now it seems like they have switched their mind. Now they are going to be implementing this in the closed alpha.
No, Discord light mode. No.
Why they have done this, but what I can see is that it is going to be used to prevent any type of negativity to go out in the public. We do know that this is indeed a closed alpha, meaning it's going to be first launched to the backers, and we are going to be experiencing a lot of bugs and glitches.
Of course, at this stage, most of the promises made in the initial Kickstarter...
What if the game was fat though? I'd back $1 million and I'd get the 2 backer weapons. Yeah, definitely. And I'd go to the launch party as well.
Kickstarter campaign were completely broken, banning users who had criticism for the team when they said they never would, locking the game state behind a legally binding contract, not delivering the product even in a diminished state by any of the estimated dates, and backers would soon be finding out that many of the promised features would no...
Unturned is still a better zombie game. Unturned is one of those weird games that has like stood the test of time, and it still has a very active player base, and it isn't a Roblox game, because usually it's Roblox games that have this like bizarre lifespan. But yeah, no, I remember playing Unturned, and it still has... If anyone doesn't know what Unturned is, it's basically just Roblox zombies, but it's not Roblox. But unironically, this game is still so popular. Yeah, it's free to play. That's being the main reason, but it literally is just DayZ, but like Roblox or Lego, I guess. But it's really good. Unturned is actually... I mean, look at that. Jesus! 500,000 reviews. 91%. So that's so close to being overwhelmingly positive as well. I mean, obviously the fact that it's free to play is pretty much the main reason it has more than like 1% of its player base, but yeah.
When near ready, flat out didn't work, or were scrapped altogether. A lot of the things that they were showing in the...
Unturned was originally a Roblox game? Oh, that makes sense. I might do a video on Unturned, honestly, like a main channel video. I'm kind of just looking at these like weird niche games that aren't horror to do videos on.
The blogs simply was.
I'm gonna write that down. I got a little Word document next to me. I'm gonna write that down.
In the game. So after years of delays, the alpha release was finally going to happen. On July 27th,
the 7-hour unturned review. Yeah, no, it'll be 7 hours because I'll just explain like every single pixel on every single item. I'll pick up like a Winterman's jacket and then explain like where the leather came from.
2020, a Reddit post detailed how to claim your alpha key from the QI software website, and anyone who backed at an appropriate level in the 3 years of prior crowdfunding would be able to do so. This, as with almost everything regarding DeadMatter, did not go as planned. There were thousands of users who had backed the game who could simply not see their purchase when registering on the web.
Someone commented saying 10-year unturned review. Like, it doesn't take 10 years to make, just the review is 10 years long. I start talking about every single developer of the game and like, you know, where they grew up and where they went to school and stuff.
Therefore, they couldn't redeem a key. That was if you were lucky enough to get the website to load, which the DeadMatter Twitter account acknowledged with their advice: stop pressing F5, referring to people refreshing the site over and over again in their attempt to gain access, but instead overloading the service.
This is the equivalent of Apple tweeting, "Hey, Green, what's your problem, Green? B-side a long ramp, B-side a long ramp."
With traffic. These problems, while frustrating, are expected when a game with tens of thousands of hype fans are about to finally get their hands on something they've been dreaming about for, in some cases.
Imagine like not saying, "Okay guys, we've got a lot of server influx right now. We'd really appreciate your patience. There might be some server downtime. We might even look into getting some kind of server upgrade so there's more people available on the site." But no, they just tweet, "Stop spamming F5.
8 years. With a little bit of communication over a couple of days, these issues would resolve themselves. Instead of communicating, however, the developers claimed they were getting...
Play Pathologic 2. I have played it for a little bit. I haven't finished it, but I played the first one for like 10 minutes, and then I played the second one for like 2 hours. One thing I really liked about Pathologic 2 is if you aim a gun at a critical character, you try to fire. You know how in most games... Okay, so this is a game called Pathologic 2, and there are characters in it that are really integral to the plot. You don't really need to know about it. But you know how in video games, when you fire a gun at a friendly, you'll either fire and the bullet will just do nothing or just disappear before it hits their head, or it will, you'll raise your weapon or lower it, or you can't even fire. In Pathologic 2, if you try to fire your gun at an unkillable character, your gun just jams. And your character looks at it like, what the fuck, why didn't it fire? Like, I thought that was such a cool feature.
Too much toxicity and locked down the disc.
If you want to look into weird games, I'd suggest Goblet Grotto. Goblet Grotto. Let me look at that.
God, sir.
What's Goblet Grotto? Oh my god. What is that? Space Funeral. I like how I saw Vinesource play it. Like, of course he did. Yeah, of course he played that as well. Is it Joel? Oh, it's Vinny. Oh my god. Okay, that's like RPG Maker.
Server. They also claimed the website was being DDoSed, which stands for Distributed Denial of Service, a malicious attack that aims to take a service offline by sending constant...
with 3 hot dogs in the thumbnail.
Holy shit, you remember that? How old are you? Oh my god, now that's a throwback. Jesus.
Bombardments of traffic to that source. And while this could be true, realistically, this distraction was not the biggest issue. These problems were actually a blessing in disguise.
There's a difference between Vinny and Joel. Yeah, one of them looks like Luigi in real life, and the other's Swedish.
Nobody in the public knew it as of yet. When the Discord server was opened again, there were constant updates from the team stating they would keep working to get keys sent out to backers. Behind the scenes, however, there was a key shortage. And I'm not talking about a few hundred of them missing, I mean tens of thousands. This was a massive issue that they knew about, but didn't delay the launch, because that would have been seen as yet another delay. It was easier to just blame it on other factors. According to posts in the announcement section of the DeadMatter official Discord, this key problem persisted for about 5 days. Essentially what happened is that when DeadMatter was launching their closed alpha on the Steam platform, to do so they would need to request keys from Valve, the company who owns and operates Steam. Valve, for whatever reason, were holding these keys back from QI, which means there were none to give to the public who would back the game and required those keys to download and play. Now, there's a lot of speculation.
Would you not think to actually redeem the keys first, though, to make sure that they're safe? Why would you just wait until on the day and then be like, okay, let's get the keys. Okay, Valve, hand them over, and then they just don't have them because they're still being processed. Like, why would you leave it? Because you've been given 1.5 mil. And I'm assuming from a lot of people that a few people that gave a lot of money. So why would you even like wait out that long?
As to why exactly this happened. So to clear this up, I'd come.
Or are you Scouse? No, that's True Geordie, like Will and E. Oh, so fun. Average Scouse accent.
Conversations with multiple current or former employees of QI, which
actually no. Will and E's Newcastle. He's not even Scouse, is he? Yeah, that was kind of offensive to Will. Sorry about that.
Asked, of course, to remain nameless. Each person interviewed told the same story regarding the lack of preparedness for this launch, despite it being known about internally for a real long time and coming at the end of a 7-day public countdown. The keys they were due to give to backers were simply not requested until a couple days before the scheduled release, which means when Valve said no, there wasn't any leeway for them to solve the matter without doing a delay.
Why are they all replying in bacon emojis? These are people that have literally been scammed out of hundreds of thousands, and they just reply with bacon emoji. I feel whoever did that was having an actual acute mental breakdown.
According to these sources, they went ahead with the launch knowing full well they didn't have any keys to give people. The CEO, Nick Zorko, or Johnny Guitar as he's known from the start of the story, eventually convinced Valve to give them the keys, but it was...
Does no one find the irony how the CEO is in hot shit, and his Discord banner is one of the Caesar's Legion from New Vegas, backing away into a bush like the Homer Simpson gif?
Eventually convinced Valve to give them the keys, but it was in small batches. The reason Valve initially declined is the sheer volume of keys requested in such a short period of time. This illustrates a lack of foresight, planning, and competence directly from management, leaving the most integral part of the launch until the very last minute without any contingency plan really has no excuse at all.
They should have said here, they were probably 5 seconds away from saying, guys, it's your fault. You kept spamming F5 too much. You made the website go down.
They were incredibly lucky that Valve worked with them to resolve it in a handful of days, or this could have been an even bigger blunder that was entirely avoidable given they had months to prepare the keys for distribution. To reiterate, they only requested the keys 20...
Thank you, Apache and Lemon for joining.
Soon Pyro's stream thumbnails will turn from ironic to unironic XD.
Hi, I am the TikTok voice, and I am a stupid piece of shit who has really dumb opinions.
Shut up, TikTok voice. Shut up. The only thing you're good at is like filming Breaking Bad scenes with the text to speech. Shut up.
24 to 48 hours prior to launch, were told no, and then decided to go through with the launch anyway. This situation brought about a massive issue for QI, the DeadMatter community, and the potential growth of the business. As part of the arrangement between Nick Zorko, the CEO, and Valve to get these tens of thousands of keys delivered for the closed alpha, Valve also stipulated that keys for the closed alpha could no longer be sold for DeadMatter on any platform.
Someone in chat said, the TikTok voice is hot AF, not gonna lie. Get this man laid. Get this man laid. Get this man laid. No meme. I'm not even memeing, straight face. Get this man laid. Thank you, Slezzer, for joining.
Until it was ready to be sold on Steam. The reason for this should be quite clear. Steam takes 30% cut on all sales, and QI was selling tens of thousands of keys on their website, well expecting Valve to generate those keys, have the game deployed on Steam, and get nothing at all in return. These messages updating the community, as with many messages in the official DeadMatter announcement server, comes from a user with a white name. Anyone familiar with Discord will know this means the user in question is no longer in the server.
That's so mean. I'm going to game end you now. Walter White is outside your door ready to turn you into a dude smoothie.
No, he's not, because after season 5, he died.
Server, meaning they
Spoiler
no
alert,
longer work
spoiler
with
alert.
QI in any capacity, oftentimes actually being banned from the server due to, quote, misinformation. So after the issues with the keys had been resolved and people got into the game, it was clear that development had not been going to plan thus far. Despite the non-disclosure agreement, people were keen to share their opinions online, even if it risked them a ban. It was rare to see a particularly good word spoken about the state of the closed alpha experience.
I love this so much. I love when memes are weaponized against a company. It's like the complete opposite use for them, but like it's so good. It's so good.
Word included a hope.
No, the devs have to put out a full game. It's been years. No, you paid to test a game, not play it.
For the future of the game. Maybe it will get there one day. What they had so far was many.
Did you see the way that zombie turned around? Did you see that? I like how the animations were so good, but as soon as he turned around, he literally just did like... He actually did like real life no scope. Look.
It will get there one day. What they had...
Just the little spin.
It will get there one day. What they had so far
oh, hello there.
was many, many years away from even mirroring what the DayZ mod had delivered from a single developer 8 years prior from the standpoint of a fun game to play. The only footage that can be found online of DeadMatter is sourced officially from QI themselves or special partnered content creators who were given permission to stream and post videos for specific periods of time during the test, and the comments under each of these videos mirror the sentiment of those who could not speak out publicly. The game was not worth the wait, and at this rate may never be. Now, to address non-disclosure agreements, I can't say that they're not useful in certain limited situations. What I can say is that in gaming, they're often used in a way that hurts you way more than helps you. The closed alpha had reportedly over 60,000 users, and there is no way you will ever contain all of those opinions or prevent people from leaking footage. Having the NDA, however, shows that you are trying to hide something. When you claim transparency and then your actions betray you, people will notice, and at that point, you might as well have taken the negative publicity for an alpha game having alpha game problems, as opposed...
I disagree with that. I think NDAs are fine with companies and stuff because they actually don't want their shit leaked. Because an NDA is basically... It's a way of saying contractually and legally, if you leak our shit, we can fuck you up. And that's basically a deterrent to stop people from leaking. Obviously, you still have leaks on video games anyway because they don't know who the leaker is or it's a hacker or something. They do it anonymously. But I don't think NDAs are a bad thing. I think if you get into a closed early access game that's been backed by people, then yes, like you've got every reason to be wary of an NDA. That's an exception. But for the most part, it's people trying to protect their stuff.
To an alpha game having alpha game problems, as well as claims of...
Thank you, Tadic, for joining.
...silencing people's opinions for a product that wouldn't even exist without their patronage. Moving beyond this, the game has been in development for 2 years since then, and not a whole lot has changed. There are also a lot of conspiracy theories in the DeadMatter community regarding where the money went and how it may have been misplaced. For example, some people are convinced that Nick Zorko, the CEO, bought himself a mansion, which I did my...
Why does this always happen? Why is this every time people get Kickstarter money, they always buy like the most extravagant... And you know the worst thing is? These people, they get so much money so quickly and they don't know how to like keep getting that money. They don't reinvest it. They don't do anything with it. Like even if he took the money and ran, if he put it in crypto, he'd actually be able to like, you know, get the money up or even invest it in like housing or stocks, like traditional stocks like gold. But no, he just buys a house and he will not be able to afford the upkeep of that. He'll have to eventually sell it. These people just do not think more than a day ahead. It's so bizarre. They are truly like the NPCs of like of this fucking planet.
My usual checks for, which include mortgage and land parcel ownership searches, speaking to...
It's like I saw this video on TikTok today, and it was like these crypto bros, and they were at a club, and they had these like 10-gallon bottles of Grey Goose vodka. And Grey Goose vodka, it's not the most expensive vodka in the world, but it's very premium. It is an upmarket vodka. And they're just pouring it on the floor, not wearing it. And you know the type that's like wearing all the Off-White and stuff, like the X on the back? Well, obviously Off-White's fine. I like the brand. But you know when they're all wearing Off-White and they're all wearing like the same shirt, just a different color as well? It's crypto bros. And it's just like, you know, you're doing that in front of all these people as a flex. But then you're going to walk out the club and probably think, what do we do that for? That cost us like $5K.
To current and former employees and other means, which turned up absolutely nothing. DeadMatter's problems have nothing to do with someone being malicious or misplacing the funds.
Man thinks Grey Goose is premium. I said it's upmarket vodka. It's upmarket vodka. It's like, it's top shelf. You go to like any supermarket, or you go to like any corner shop, it will be on the top shelf.
The issue has and always will be complete and utter incompetence of management. The studio has faced such a high turnover in staff, as well as such a huge shift in game design and reworking old game design, rewriting old code, that is nowhere near launch despite being in development.
You should try Blasphemous. Blasphemous HD. What's Blasphemous? Oh, this game. Yeah, I saw. I need to play this. Yeah, I might do a video on that actually. I don't think I've seen many people actually do a lore video on that. Yeah, I might do that.
For over 5 years since the original Kickstarter. The public-facing message from QI seems to be that they are heading towards an early access release on Steam, which has been subjected to almost as many delays as the original closed alpha test was, and now is coming sometime in 2023. This brings with it the ability for them to start making money again, selling access to the game, and an end to the non-disclosure agreement, which lets people show the state of DeadMatter without risking a lawsuit or having some kind of special permission. QI
I mean, that's
took on
better.
new studio management in
That is
September of
better.
2021, who made sweeping changes to the way things were being handled, including closing all of development during January of 2022.
Imagine like they released the NDA, so you're able to play the game and record it and upload it onto YouTube. But whenever you play the game, there's just a fat watermark on the screen saying work in progress, and the watermark is like not even transparent, so it just takes up the whole screen. So you can't even see anything.
Using that time to restructure workflows and organize the studio in a more modern manner. The letter penned by this new studio head.
The dog barking like jump scared me. And we've got the TikTok voice again. My arch nemesis.
Which Breaking Bad character would you have hot, passionate sex with? And no, you can't answer Huel.
Probably Skylar. I think Skylar would get it. Anna Gunn would get it, I think, yeah.
Well, actually, Pushes Up Glasses, your season finale is right around the corner.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Owned by the TikTok boys.
Well, actually, you just gave me $30, so thank you.
It reads as if things have been run
Wait, how's it L having sex with Skylar White? How's it L?
by cowboys for the previous 4 years, and he had to step in and add some order to the chaos. During this letter, Derek recognized the number one problem with development thus far had been a lack of clear direction, which is definitely not something you want to be hearing from somebody.
I mean, it wasn't a lack of clear direction. It's more that you gave people janky copies. You didn't even get the Steam keys, and then you banned people that gave the game 9 out of 10 as opposed to 10 out of 10.
4 years into development. On top of this, he touched upon the fact that many employees had changed over the years. What he didn't mention is that the actual number one problem with the studio.
Have you ever heard of Paranoiascape? It's a first-person horror pinball game on the PS1. What are these suggestions you're coming up with today? Paranoiascape. What the hell? Hang on, I gotta look at this real quick. What the hell is this? It's a horror game? Oh my god. This looks horrible. Why would you make something like this? This looks like that, you know that LSD Dream emulator? That game? What is wrong with this game? That is so weird. It's one of these games where, like, I can't stop looking at it, though, you know what I mean? I literally, I can't stop looking at this game. This looks so weird, man. Oh my god. Okay. Anyways.
Was management. Management he was now part of, and he was about to be the cause of multiple other employees leaving the studio as well. According to these people I interviewed, the management of QI has always been troublesome. Nick spent too much time and money where it wasn't required, such as hiring office space for a mostly international and remote team, constant rewrites of code that didn't need to be rewritten, removing of code, art or features that were made by team members who left the project, which was a frequent occurrence, hiring of and promoting of people who were not fit for the position, and much more. While this was supposed to be Nick's vision, he would often disappear from meetings, stop replying to urgent messages regarding issues or direction for the game, and instead work on programming or reprogramming systems that were not a priority or wouldn't even make it into the game.
I like how the guy that made this video is playing sad music like it's a character death or something in Final Fantasy, when it's really just the dev company realizing that they've fucked up really badly.
While also constantly making public promises of release dates that were never even discussed with the team, leaving them to find out only when they browsed the public Discord server and knew that the date was impossible to meet based on the current state of the game internally. When they tried to bring this up with Nick, he was often dismissive, sometimes abusive and angry. Multiple employees told me it was commonplace for Nick to scream at people during meetings, especially if they were critical of something relating to the game or his actions. That is, of course, if he was in meetings at all.
Yeah, Nick would also walk into meetings and he'd be like,
You want to see a magic trick? I'm gonna make this pen disappear.
And then he'd slam someone's head onto the table and it'd go in their eye and he'd go,
Ta-da! It's gone.
Nick was a very weird guy.
This means management was left up to whoever was his right hand at the time. The two that were talked about had different issues. One of them was prior to the restructuring we just went over that happened in late 2021, and this manager was known as Metamoth. He was simply too inexperienced for the job, which was not just studio manager, but also that of the lead level designer. The level design that, of course, when he left, was part of a complete recreation yet again, because it was so bad. The situation as it was described to me was that experienced team members who knew what they were doing and worked on a lot of games were constantly being mismanaged by Nick and Metamoth, making them perform tasks in ways that didn't make sense, that the team knew would be a waste of resources, but knew better than to push back as they had seen people be mocked, laughed at, and fired for doing so previously. On top of this, due to Nick's propensity for making promises to the fans about release dates without consulting anybody within the team, the employees were under constant crunch, so much so that management would literally track their Steam profiles to criticize them if they'd been playing too many games in their spare time and not coming into work instead, commenting on their relationship status and how they needed to focus more on work, trying to manipulate them to stay for longer hours with remarks like, "You were like a brother or sister to me," if they were to be found leaving while others were still crunching, or receiving work texts at
Imagine just to keep someone crunching at work, you literally pull the Luke, I am your father, Darth Vader card. It's just so, it's so pathetic, man. The problem is with these companies, they need to have like actual goals that they know that they can hit. They become so infatuated with like these stretch goals and like pleasing people that they just end up tripping over themselves. And then they get greedy and they buy a mansion.
4 AM, calls late into the evening, and much more. On top of this, despite the terms being agreed upon during interviews before they were joining the team, it wasn't uncommon for people to be waiting weeks or months for their pay. And if all that wasn't bad enough, then I'll read you a quote from one of my interviews. After leaving QI, my co-workers and I found some interesting portions of the, at the time, recent blogs that related to us or others, essentially blaming the game's issues on past members. These blogs were all written by the studio manager at the time. I'd like to also mention that all the issues mentioned in these blogs were never brought up with me or the rest of the team, because like I said before, the studio manager never gave feedback or took steps to fix the issues, and Nick seemed to be completely unaware of them. When we did bring up the...
Oh, I don't know.
Hey Pyro, there is a guy eating Cheetos in chat. Can you turn on the subtitles for them ?
Oh yeah, of course, my bad, sorry. Yep, yeah, we'll do.
These blogs to Nick, he was furious in our DMs, saying this was, quote, unacceptable, I can't believe this happened, this is disgusting behavior, etc. Unfortunately, nothing ever happened to the studio manager other than a slap on the wrist and a lame, forced apology. As a result of this, most of the experienced team who could have made the game left for greener pastures, which is a self-fulfilling prophecy of digging the game into a deeper hole, as with each person leaving, Nick or the studio head would...
That doesn't even look like a zombie. It looks like average man in Ohio. Like, why has he still got... Damn. He's still got a good head of hair, though, considering he's got like a virus that's killed him.
Each person leaving, Nick or the studio head...
Also, what is that? He looks worse than the zombie. The zombie actually looked alright. This guy looks terrible. Look. Okay, you know it's bad when the zombie has better hairline than you. You know that there is a core issue with your game right there.
Is an entirely different manager. Many employees had hope that with this new hire, the tide would shift in favour of a more professional work environment that would be competently handled for once. And they were wrong. Inexperienced, passive-aggressive, rude, and a yes-man for Nick is how the new studio head is described by many. When speaking to the unnamed sources, I asked each of them if the game was a scam. They all said no, but it would likely have been a better result if it had been one. The money has been spent on good faith creation of...
Imagine saying that, like these are past employees, they've got nothing to lose because they're doing it completely anonymously, and they just go, no, it wasn't a scam, but it should have been, because it would have ended up better.
DeadMatter, just in a way that is so terribly misguided that most of it has been wasted. I also asked if they believe the game will ever fully release. This was when each of them told me a different worded version of no. They all believe that money is getting tighter, which is why Nick was constantly stressed about paying out employees what they were owed. His lack of ambition in replacing the senior staff that himself and management alienated, causing them to leave the company, as well as constantly trying to rush this early access release for a game that he knows is years away from being ready for public consumption. The recent push for the early access Steam launch likely comes out of necessity and not because the game is ready. If the game launches into early access...
I love when devs, to show off their game, they'll show like these ambient environments where they're reloading and shooting like an AK or a shotgun. And it's just like, you could literally just overlay it with any first-person shooter in the past like 9 years, and you would have no idea what game it is.
The shroud of a non-disclosure agreement will do them no further good, and the negative reviews will tank the game's reputation more than it already has been, while not bringing in any sufficient sum of money to turn the tide, as money has never been the issue. In fact, DeadMatter had a budget infinitely bigger than anyone could have hoped for, and orders of magnitude higher than what the original Kickstarter pitch claimed to need. What many people do not know is that DeadMatter and QI as a studio are living on borrowed time and have been for a while. The crowdfunding money ran out long ago. The majority of it was wasted in code, art, employees that have since come and gone. The question people should have been asking: how do you keep expanding your team while having no source of income? The answer, according to the people I interviewed, is that QI received heavy investment from none other than everyone's favorite mega corporation from China, Tencent. Now, this is not out of the ordinary for gaming, as Tencent have been doing their very best to gobble up as many Western development studios and games as they possibly can, big or small. For QI, though, this investment came with...
Tencent actually terrifies me for how much money they have. They have, like... I think they are one of the biggest companies in China, if not the biggest. They are just this huge conglomerate that tries to just eat everything. But they own League and Supercell. It's you don't hear about these guys because they mostly own the mobile market.
With strings attached, and those strings have been cut by the incompetent management. The development of DeadMatter has seen no significant progress. The money Tencent handed over has been wasted and is mostly ran out. Tencent is angry and will hand over no further investment. Therefore, according to some sources, QI have fired most of their art team, is no longer actively hiring despite publicly appearing to do so, and pushing out this early access client despite knowing it is not ready for public consumption to just keep the lights on at the studio and continue to try to deliver on DeadMatter as they promised. The new studio manager, Derek, who joined at the back end of 2021, left another company.
Pyro, the type of guy to play Clash of Clans professionally. I greased it a bit when I was a kid, like when it first came out. I really wanted to get that, what's that knight called? P.E.K.K.A. or something? But you had to like pay so much money to get it or play the game for like 4 years. So I was poor then. I was a little child. So I just gave up.
who he ran into the ground and was on the verge of bankruptcy to do so. Joining QI, he was supposed to be the literal savior of the whole game and the development studio. He was even paid more money than the CEO, a number that people find...
I want to get Pekka. No, no. Look. Pekka. It's like this knight you could get. It was really cool, but yeah, I could never get to it, so it was too expensive.
Ridiculous, considering he is now leaving the company just over a year later in a worse state than how he found it. This leaves management entirely up to Nick. The guy whose only experience in game dev comes from making Gary's mod servers and seems not to have learned much about managing a studio while having done so in the last 4 years. So many people requested this video, as DeadMatter has an incredibly high number of disgruntled backers and ex-employees. However, unlike in many of the other Kickstarter to court series, they seem to suffer from incompetence and not from malevolence. The only court that DeadMatter is going to, at least for now, is the court of public opinion. There doesn't seem to be any misappropriation of funds from my investigation. They are offering refunds to people who back the game and are unhappy with current development, and they're still actively trying to work on an eventual release. Although in my opinion...
Nothing goes hand in hand like Kickstarters and failed games. I mean, it's better than the PS5 because it has no games.
It's unlikely to materialize in any way that delivers on what people got excited about all those years ago. And if people were to ask for refunds in any sizable amount, it's very likely the studio would straight up fold, as they have no income source, no investment source, and development is draining what little remains in the coffers. Some of the ex-employees told me that they were waiting for thousands of dollars, some of them tens of thousands of dollars worth of back pay that in some circumstances is still unpaid.
You will never get that.
Exactly
you will never get that money back.
At the time of crowdfunding, the CEO, Nicholas Soko, was a 20-year-old with no commercial game development experience, no shipped games, and he was just a hobbyist modder. This was the least of his problems, as the CEO doesn't need to be writing code, although if they got less funding, he would have needed to be a more integral part, so that experience would have helped. The issue is, he has even less experience in running a multi-million-dollar software studio with dozens of employees to manage, and picking the right people to put in the right management positions. The project started out with claims of transparency, and ended with a legally binding document to prevent transparency due to the knowledge the game was a mess and people shouldn't be talking about it. They started out with a promise to never ban or silence the fans who gave them money to pursue the dream, and ended with a community where users are scared to share their criticism for fear of reprisals. They started out with delivery estimates that have been missed by years, with many more years to go before the deliverables are met.
Yeah, it just seems to be every Kickstarter ever. Like, it's just, you know, very, you know, their goals are way too ambitious, and then they just fall under themselves. Like, there's so many cases of this. It's not even funny. Okay, I'm gonna go on to the next one now.
Ever played Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion? It was made by the same dev as Lost in Vivo.
I haven't played it because I'm too scared to, but I do want to play it on stream and then do a second channel video on it. Also, this might be happening. I'm not sure, but I might be doing a stream in makeup next time I'm streaming. My girlfriend wanted to like put me in makeup and stuff. We're not gonna do it as a sub goal. It's not gonna be a maid stream, but it's just gonna be you know, like in makeup and stuff. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Let me go on the next video. I really wanted to watch this one. Ads? No ads. There are no ads, thank God. So this is... I really wanted to react to this one because it's the only one that Critical and Ludwig haven't found yet. So this is 6 wealthy teens versus 1 secret broke teen. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. So, what have we learned today? We've learned not to judge people from their stories, but we judge them for if they say that they are a TikToker or not. That I don't feel very good right now. I don't feel very good right now.
Thanos James Charles. Thanos James Charles.
I don't feel very good right now. All right, we got time for one more video. We're time for one more video. Of course, it's your boy.
To understand the overwhelming...
It's your boy. It's the Milk Farm. Sunny V2. Of course. This will probably be the last Sunny video in a while. You guys get angry about it, but I only wanted to react to this because it's not about YouTubers. It's about Planet Fitness. And I've actually been to a Planet Fitness before. So, yeah.
To understand the overwhelming hatred for Planet Fitness, you first need to understand their business model. Planet Fitness was created with the goal of having a non-competitive culture, opposite to that of something like Gold's Gym, where bodybuilding is glorified. Everything in Planet Fitness is catered towards the less experienced beginner, and on the surface this makes Planet Fitness look like a fairly positive place. However, as we look into the methods they use to achieve this beginner-friendly...
Okay, chat, I need someone to confirm this. Does Planet Fitness have a pizza day? I've heard that Planet Fitness has like a Pizza Monday, where every Monday they just give out free pizza to people. Is that true? I've been to a Planet Fitness before in LA, and they have one of the worst color schemes I've ever seen. Their entire motto is like being judgment free. I've never felt more uncomfortable in a gym. Is it actually real? Hang on, I gotta look this up. Planet Fitness, there's no way. No way, is it? It's real. Planet Fitness Pizza Monday. National Pizza Day at Planet Fitness. Only in America. Yep. You got the pizzas there. Yep. Only in America. Only in America. Good God.
Image, you'll start to understand why their approach also receives an insane amount of backlash. This image posted to the Gym Memes Facebook page shows a note attached.
Thank you, but why would I do that, Google, for joining?
Attached to a Planet Fitness leg press reading.
We do not cater to
bodybuilders or heavyweight lifters. Please help us keep our non-intimidating environment by loading only 4 weight plates on each side. With this note showing that not only are Planet Fitness trying to...
You know Planet Fitness has this thing called a log alarm. So, you know people that do like deadlifting and stuff? They throw their weights on the ground, right? When they're done with it. It's a bit annoying. Like, I don't like seeing a guy do it and he like, you know, he'll purposely slam them on the ground like roid rage. Like, it pisses me off a bit. But what they have now is they've set up a system where if you put too much pressure instantly on the pad, it will set off an alarm, this blue alarm that goes off, and you're called like a lug, like a moron. There's literally a moron alarm. It's meant to like, you know, I'll show you it. It's meant to like stop you from slamming the weights down. It's actually so stupid. Setting off the lug alarm. It's so stupid. As you can find it. This video did not need to be 5 minutes, bro. He does look natty, though. I don't think he's taken steroids. It's very natural. This is like a... He eats steak once a week with some rice. You can get a body like that. Do 5 push-ups a day. You can get a body like that. Where's the lug alarm? Where is it? Set off the alarm. I can't even get it because it's just like too long.
Let's get 6.
That is so loud. You can see it up there though. It says Lunk slang. One who grunts drops weights. Oh my God. So it gets set off by noise as well? I thought it was just pressure on the floor. I thought you're too loud grunting and it sets it off. You're trolling. I like I took an air raid siren as well. Silent Hill.
Catered to beginners, but they're also trying to repel anyone who might consider themselves an intermediate.
Someone gave a dono. We've got a scholar here. We've got a Planet Fitness scholar in chat.
Yes, Pizza Monday is a real thing, and the lunk alarm is real as well. One of my best memories with my friends is buying a day pass and hitting a deadlift PR whilst setting off the alarm and getting kicked out.
Yeah, apparently if you get the lunk alarm, if you set it off, they just kick you out as well. They don't terminate your contract, but they just, yeah, they ask you to leave. It's so stupid. Because basically, like, you get people that go to these, like, Ironworks gyms, right? You get these people that go to, like, you you get these gyms where like it's literally just like roid heads and stuff, right? Hang on. There's a kind of gym I'm thinking of. Is it Ironworks? It's basically one of those small gyms that like everywhere it's just covered in chalk, and it is just like big, muscly men that they all look like Liver King. But yeah, obviously like Planet Fitness is meant to be more open to the public, but it's pandering. It sucks. Like the I don't know why they've got a purple color scheme everywhere. It just reminds me of like a Freddo. It just reminds me of like a Freddo chocolate bar or something. Look at this. Like that's what I think of when I see the Planet Fitness logo. The Freddo caramel.
Or advanced lifter. In addition to requesting that members only use a maximum of 4 plates on the leg press, Planet Fitness gyms also feature no squat rack, no deadlifting area, and no bench press, with the Smith machine being the only alternative for those looking to perform these exercises, or if you're desperate enough, you can evidently use the machine where you'd usually do dips. The gym requests that members refrain from doing T-rows, overhead presses, clean and jerks, deadlifts, and even requests that members don't do supersets, which is achieved in part by maxing out their dumbbells at 75 pounds or 34 kilos, with this number being an even lower.
Imagine saying no deadlifts. Please refrain from doing... Like, T-bar rows aren't even that bad. That's just you bending forward and lifting it up and down. Clean and jerk. It's just... Basically, don't do anything that, like, when the weight goes above 2 kilograms.
Which is achieved in part by maxing out their dumbbells at 75 pounds or 34 kilos, with this number being an even lower 60 pounds or 27 kilos, depending...
Purple and gold are not good colors for a gym. However, they're perfect for a strip club. I mean, you get like a free lap dance of like some woman just like using the step machine.
Depending on which franchise you go to. As an alternative, Planet Fitness gyms are instead filled with excessive amounts of cardio equipment, with a possible goal of encouraging their members to avoid the weight training area altogether. So basically, Planet Fitness doesn't allow you to actually get stronger. The only...
I remember going to a Planet Fitness, I think it was in Anaheim, it was near VidCon. I used it in the morning, and it's actually insane, like how it was 90% treadmills. It was 90% treadmills, and they had this like very, very small like weightlifting section in the back.
Gym that doesn't like people going to the gym. I went to Planet Fitness as a joke with...
Cardio's good. No, cardio is good. Cardio is good. But it shouldn't be 90% of the gym. You can go on a run for that. Cardio is very good. Like that full fat loss, which is what most people that sign up for Planet Fitness want to do. Cardio is perfect for that. There is nothing there is nothing wrong with cardio. I'm not saying that at all. But there are people that just want to get bigger, like for aesthetic reasons, you know, to get milady and stuff like that. It should really be, honestly, like it should be a 50-50 split, or maybe a 60-40 split with the treadmill to the weights, not 90-10.
With one of my friends, because your first day you get free to test out, and I was deadlifting 360 on the Smith machine, and I put pads underneath the weight so it wouldn't slam, and the manager kicked me out because I was noticeably stronger than everyone else and creating an intimidating atmosphere.
Imagine that, like you just get the incel come over to the manager and he's like,
He looks stronger than me. I don't like that. Kick him out.
Fitness having a problem with people who are noticeably stronger than everyone else.
Oh, isn't that the guy? Isn't that the Murphy guy that went crazy and had a breakdown? What's his name? Connor Murphy or something? This guy. That's the guy who went vegan and he went absolutely insane. I like how Sonny uses him as like B-roll.
Noticeably stronger than everyone else is something that can also be observed in countless different YouTube videos.
I wasn't there a week and I was told, you intimidate the other patrons and we don't like your type here.
For example, 4-time world's strongest man Brian Shaw was kicked out of Planet Fitness whilst making a fairly relaxed YouTube video, with this piece of content pairing another titled Planet Fitness cancelled my membership after 500-pound bench press.
The thing is, I get it because, you know, you're filming in a gym and they do have the right to kick you out because you are filming. I'm using UK logic here. I don't know if it's the same in America, but UK rules is basically you can film in the public. If you go into a private building, it's up to the building's owners or management or whatever to, you know, if they want you to film or not, they want to allow you to film. They can say no. They are allowed to. But at the same time, he's not disturbing anyone. He's just filming. I mean, you might have someone in the background that is like incredibly insecure and their confidence is shattered knowing that they're going to be stuck on a YouTube video next to a bodybuilder. Like stuff like that, I understand. Again, it's like he shouldn't really be thrown out because he like, unless he's going around being a dick to people, like it's a prank video or something, there's just no point.
cementing their dislike for those who go to the gym to push their limits.
Like, unironically, that guy in the back there could be the one snitching to the manager saying that he feels uncomfortable, but maybe not. I don't know. Like uncomfortable atmosphere. It's just so stupid.
As an extra measure to...
Like, you make a gym. A gym is literally cavemen lifting heavy boulder. You are gonna get roid heads that go to a gym. You can't stop people from doing that. Some people make weightlifting a lifestyle.
To avoid intense exercise, Planet Fitness also has their notorious...
This thing is terrible. This thing is absolutely terrible, and it reminds me why I will never go to America again in my life unless it's for a fan meetup or for business.
Lunk alarm, which can be triggered by Planet Fitness staff anytime they see a member working out too intensely. Lunk alarm is actually pretty goated. If it goes off, it means...
It's goated! Oh no, the Pokemon profile picture.
Means that you're making gains, and the staff is just making sure that everyone knows that you're built different. But while this person managed to frame the Lunk alarm as beneficial, on a wider scale the concept has been criticized pretty damn heavily. The alarms are set to trigger when they...
I like how his let me move my camera. His profile picture is the political compass questionnaire, and he said it as a right-wing libertarian. I don't even know what that means.
Detect muscles actually contracting. Planet Fitness, you're being too loud. Also Planet Fitness uses tornado warning signs to replace the noise of normal gym act.
Planet Fitness be like, we're open to the community. We want anyone to join. Also Planet Fitness. If you're too loud, we're gonna blow off your legs with a shotgun.
Activities. This alarm is infinitely more disruptive than the clanking of weights or grunts of strained lifters. It's also startling, which can cause severe injuries to anyone under load. And in addition to simply having the lung...
I was thinking that as well, right? Like, imagine if you're grunting. You know, like I get it, you know? Like, the grunting that people do in gyms is kind of annoying. Like, I kind of... When I lift, like, once every 9 years, you know, I'll kind of clench my teeth and go like... But I won't do it super loud. Some people do it as a show. Like, I get it. They want to show off because they're insecure in their own brain. They got like body dysmorphia and shit. You know, even though they're ripped as shit. But like, imagine that alarm going off during a mid-set. That would scare me. I would drop the weight. Like a Smith machine or something. Like that's got a slow, like you know, the system where it lowers slowly. You'd probably be okay. But like a deadlift, not a deadlift. Chest press without a Smith machine, like with just dumbbells, like you'd be fucked. You'd probably break something, if not die.
Alarm. There are countless comments describing ridiculous situations during which the alarm has...
Like, okay, I know this is such a specific example. What if you were doing a workout and you had like Tourette's or something, right? Because one of the tics is like, you know, you just say things randomly, very loudly. What if that set off the alarm? It's such a stupid system. Such a stupid system.
It's been sounded. I accidentally dropped my drink off the treadmill and the lunk alarm went off. I got kicked out.
The thing is with these stories, I feel half of them are fake. I feel half of them are like bait and not actually real. But the worst thing is, I can't openly say that it's bait. I just question it because it could be legit. Because I've seen the lunk alarms before. It's just that they're so stupid.
The lunk alarm goes off if you accidentally...
I went to the gym in Anaheim. I think it was with I think it was FPS Diesel. I think it was just me and him in the gym at the time. And he was telling me about the lunk alarm, and it was just like such a stupid concept. Literally, you just get drafted for war as soon as you like, you know, go over 5 kilograms.
Gently drop a pen.
Alright guys, I'm at Planet Fitness. Watch how ridiculous this is.
But to be fair to Planet...
I feel with that video that was someone that was working there and their mate in the back pressed it. I don't know. It's such good bait though. But it's the company's fault. They've made this into a meme by this stupid system.
Fitness. Both gym members and the staff themselves have often stated in videos and comments that the lunk alarm is rarely ever used.
Yes, there is a lunk alarm. However, I've never even heard it go off.
I've worked at 2 different Planet Fitness locations and we never once sounded the lunk alarm on people for anything. I think it depends on the individual locations whether they're franchise or not. We were told that we weren't allowed to use it, that it was more of a novelty item. I went to Planet Fitness for 6 months and never heard the alarm. I think it mostly depends on the manager you get. Treat the alarm as a sign of a good or bad manager. If that alarm sounds, it's time to find another gym. As a person who works at Planet Fitness, we never set the lunk alarm off.
We don't pull the lunk alarm. We don't pull it because there's no purpose to, like, you know? On the flip side too, we like to have fun. Sometimes as soon as we just hear anything, boom, we...
I like how she checked her phone to read the script on her notes there.
Just pull it. And it's different when your manager's there and when your manager's not there.
However, while the alarm can be dismissed as somewhat of a meme, drinking out of a gallon water jug as well as their dress code are both something that Planet Fitness...
Wearing a tank top and drinking out of a gallon water jug. No! He likes to hydrate! No! Someone stop him! Stop him, he's hydrating! He's not drinking Mountain Dew in the gym! Stop him!
Fitness does take...
Or the managers just start tackling the guy in the tank top.
...extremely seriously. In the previously mentioned video where Brian Shaw gets kicked out of Planet Fitness, a sign can be seen which reads, "Dress code. To maintain our no gym-timidation environment, please no jeans, boots, sandals, or string tank tops. Thank you." Other banned items of clothing...
Okay, that's string tank tops. That's kind of different. I mean... Hang on. The thing is with string tank tops, nothing wrong with them, but it's usually what they wear down below. Because I've seen a couple people in the gym that wear string tank tops, and you know the kinds of people that look so roided, they look like they haven't drank any water in the past like month. You know, like they almost their skin looks kind of dehydrated because there's so much. I mean, thing is, it's fine like a string tank top, but I've seen guys in the gym that will wear like a string tank top, and then they'll basically just wear like boxers underneath. It just doesn't make any sense. It's so stupid.
Include do-rags, skull caps, bandanas, and judging from internet anecdotes, this dress code is definitely the next reason behind why the gym is so hated. I used to have a...
Honestly, at the end of the day, just wear what you want. Just don't be a dick.
Planet Fitness membership and on multiple...
Her sus. I'm literally... I'm streaming. I'm streaming in my boxes. I'm streaming in my boxes right now as I'm making this point. I'm streaming in my boxes. Oh, this room is tiny, man. It gets so hot. I'm not wearing trousers if you guys can't see it.
Multiple occasions they asked me to go home and change my gym outfit to something less revealing. I was wearing a tank top and shorts, lol, or they would give me one of those hideous white t-shirts with their logo to cover myself up. In this video titled Planet Fitness Fail Why I Cancelled My Membership, the girl explains that she was confronted by staff for simply having a 1-gallon water bottle.
One of the workers did a beeline for me one time while I'm working out.
No!
And it's like, oh, you can't have that gallon of water.
She's hydrating! Stop her! She's not going to the fridge to buy sugary products! Stop her!
Whilst another member was denied entry altogether because his water bottle was too big to fit in their designated cup holder.
So I'm in
Designated cup holder. It's just like... everything is commercialized. Everything.
here at Planet Fitness with this bottle, and Miss Ashley does not want to allow me to work out because she says my bottle will not fit into her cup holder.
Imagine asking someone to leave because they're drinking water and being healthy. For being a judgment-free facility...
No! He can't just put it on the floor! He can't stop him! He can't just put it on the floor. What if someone trips and dies?
All they do is judge, and this is why their approach is so controversial. The judgment-free slogan is targeted toward their main demographic, beginners, but in order to achieve this branding, they have to be judgmental toward anyone who isn't a beginner, making their approach incredibly hypocritical.
So, no judgment, except you get to judge.
That's right.
We won't judge or criticize you unless you're someone in shape in...
What the hell? I laughed at a Saturday Night Live joke. What the hell?
...a gym. No judgment zone unless we are the ones judging. Planet Fitness, no judging. Also, Planet Fitness judges anyone who actually wants to work out properly, with this criticism also being bundled in with more sinister theories about why Planet Fitness fights tooth and nail in order to maintain their judgment-free branding. If you think about it, the entire concept is an incredible idea. By keeping the judgmental people away, you only attract the insecure who pity themselves. At the same time, you keep away any serious lifter who could show what is possible, therefore reassuring these half-heartedly gym goers that what they're doing is absolute peak performance. The picture of roid-raging testosterone monsters is planted into people's heads, thus binding them even stronger to that gym. Financially speaking, it's a masterpiece.
Okay, Sean with stock YouTube profile picture. I think you kind of need to get off Facebook. You've definitely got a skull profile picture with crossbones. But he's spitting a little bit. I mean, the problem is with these kinds of gyms, they don't really offer improvement. You'll get people that like work out, they'll go on the treadmill for half an hour, and then they'll just go home and they'll stuff their faces. Because the problem is losing weight, especially today, is so hard. Because when you do cardio or you burn calories, you're more hungry. And then you tend to eat more. to fill the hole, right? And then you've basically put on all the calories that you've burnt off and then some. Like, you need to, like, it's always going to be 30% diet, 70% exercise. It's always going to be like that. Wait, no. 70% diet, 30% exercise. It's always going to be that ratio, always. And that will never change. Working out is great for mindset and for topping it off, but for fat loss, it's always diet. It's always going to come down to that. And by not making that apparent, I think this guy's right, because they are making a business model where they'll just have these people that do not see any kind of gains, but because they're in a contract, they'll think, oh, I'll go down today. I'm not going to cancel. Like, today's my day. It's fucking evil if you think about it.
Perhaps this is a bit of a conspiracy theory, but it's also possible that it's in Planet Fitness's best interest to...
I sound like a boomer. Yeah, I fucked your mum, shut up.
Keep their members out of shape so they'll continue to pay for membership. On the first Monday of every month, Planet Fitness...
I like how I couldn't think of a witty comeback, so I just defaulted to your mum.
...host Pizza Monday, during which free pizza is given to members before, after, and even during their workouts. Then similarly...
Look how much they buy. They are just loading them piggies with calories. Like, look how much they... Look at all that.
Monday, during...
That's not like...
Which free pizza...
Like, they are spending company budget on that. They are spending hundreds on that pizza.
...is given to members before, after, and even during their workouts. Then similarly, on the second Tuesday of every month, Planet Fitness has Bagel Tuesday following the same concept.
Okay, it's only monthly, it's not weekly, but that's insane.
But with free bagels. Planet Fitness makes a pretty decent argument for why they consider this to be acceptable, stating on their website, it's okay to indulge in a treat every once in a while. The truth is, one slice of pizza isn't going to destroy a month's worth of work in the gym, which is why...
Yeah, but the problem is, you're going to have people that start the month thinking, this is my month. This is me going to lose weight. That's so evil. You can have cheat meals. You can 100%, that's true, but that's so sneaky the way that they're... Oh my god, what is wrong with America, bro? What is wrong with This is evil. This is like, you know that guy that goes, all right, we've got to have money. It's literally Planet Fitness. Hang on. I gotta pull up a meme. My Brady's memes. You know this guy?
We've got to have money.
Literally Planet Fitness. We've got to keep giving them bagels at the start of every month, so like they fuck up their workout routine.
Planet Fitness Pizza Monday and bagel.
You literally get people that start first of the month and they think, this is my month, and then you dangle pizza in front of them first day. It's like an alcoholic, right? And they quit, and then the first day, it's like, this is my day, and then you dangle a bottle of like Grey Goose in front of them.
Tuesday only roll around once a month. Moderation is key.
Putting fatty food in a gym to prevent weight loss. Actual Sigma business move.
Yet, as you might expect, these free junk food days have come with even more...
For a place that you're supposed to exercise, it's really not being a gym. Planet Fitness, more like unhealthy fitness. So true.
Public backlash.
I'm doing like squats and deadlifts, and the smell of like 100 pizzas is coming at me. It's just not right, Planet Fitness. Come on, the pizza being in the gym.
Has she got a fucking piece of pizza on the bottom left there? Hang on, is she talking bad about
It's just not right. They don't go together. Offer free salads, offer free, I don't know, protein shakes. But pizza? No, Planet Fitness.
Pizza at a gym is like having AA meetings in a bar.
Literally just made this comparison. I just made this comparison. And also, so true. You could literally, like, you know what you could do? Imagine, like, if they offered you, like a fish salad or a steak or something, right? Because those pizzas aren't cheap. Those pizzas, the amount they buy, that is like hundreds of dollars. They could, if they gave you like a cut of fish with some salad or something, like some protein, that'd be great.
Nothing.
Why not, instead of doing free pizza, give each one of them a free protein shake? There you go.
Like getting a good work.
That's got calories in it. Definitely a lot healthier than a slice of pizza, though.
Workout than enjoying a high-calorie pizza afterwards. #gains. It's actually a genius tactic. You go there to lose weight and get in shape.
Her intrusive thoughts got to her. Yeah, just like, come on, Planet Fitness. We need to stop having pizza.
They give you pizza, you gain some weight, you have to go back to lose that weight. Keeps you in that gain weight, lose weight cycle. Planet Fitness not actually wanting their members to lose weight might also explain some of the other things that you can get with your membership, such as their total body enhancement chamber, which sounding like a pile of infomercial garbage.
What is this? Full body exercise and toning system. Powered exercise vibra shape technology. Helps work muscle groups, firms, I like how it says it does all this, but it's not clear on what it actually does or provides. Like, no calories burn or what muscle groups are targeted. I mean, yeah, you can say legs, but like, what legs? Is it glutes? Is it calves? Like,
apparently helps work muscle groups, firms, and
oh, it literally says glutes. I'm a fucking moron.
Tones the body, as well as helps reduce stress. However, these no efforts.
Is it just a sauna? It literally just looks like one of those tanning booths you get into.
Scam machines just reiterate the type of customers that Planet Fitness are generally going after.
That looks like a tanning booth that like boomers get into. That you put the little golden goggles on.
Their cheap $10 per month memberships are seemingly.
It's a vibrating platform. Oh, yeah, I've seen those. Yeah, it's genius as well because you'll see the calorie counter go up, and you'll genuinely have people that think that they've burnt 500 calories in like 5 minutes.
Designed to appeal to people who will go once or twice, never turn up again, but also never cancel their membership because, well, nobody can be bothered to go into the gym to cancel it when it's only 33 cents per day.
What do I have to do to cancel this membership? Oh, you have to come into the location or else write a letter. The gym where I
write a letter. They like, who writes a letter in I like that. Not call, not even email. Write a letter.
And then you send it to one of our pigeons that takes it away.
Stay is 45 minutes away from where I live at. Is those the only two ways? Yes, those are the only two ways. You have to physically come in to cancel your membership.
And judging from some of the videos on YouTube, it seems like this strategy is incredibly effective.
I've given them $10 a month for 4 years, and I've never stepped foot inside the gym.
Just to add a cherry on top of the cake, if you do want to cancel your membership, there are then massive fees involved, as well as other small charges that force you to spend more money before you officially.
It's actually insane how contracts like this work. Like, for example, you know with like, home mortgages? So let's say you buy a house and you can't afford it. You take like a mortgage, right? And then you get the house with the money, but then you need to slowly pay it back in months. With a mortgage in the UK, I don't know if it's the same in America, if you pay a mortgage early, if you instead of taking the money out monthly, if you get money and you go, I want to pay back all of it now, there's like an early fee. So you have to pay them back even more money, even though the fee should be less because you're giving them back the money sooner. Companies like this that do this monthly shit, they just want to like rinse you for the rest of your life. It's horrible.
Leave.
Make sure you don't break your contract, because if you break your contract, then it's $150 to get out of it. I see that I still got a payment, a charge from Planet Fitness. Now my membership is discontinued. Trying to get rid of gym memberships is basically trying to get rid of a boyfriend that won't go away or a nasty rash.
Their business model is...
I mean, yeah, you broke the mortgage agreement. I mean, yeah, no, you have broken the mortgage agreement, but you're also paying it early. Like, they're getting the money that they want early. Because the thing is with like house mortgages, like they usually like they outlive the people that get them, or they just leave them when they're like old bastards.
Is to sell memberships to.
Best way is to cancel the credit card, Lamau. Yeah, and then you get the bailiffs knocking on your door. Just give them the wrong address. I trolled.
People who don't go regularly. Think about it. There can be 10,000 members for that one gym, but if everyone goes, then the place would be so busy it would either violate legal codes or be so packed you wouldn't be able to work out because everyone is using something. And honestly, it's hard to blame them. Businesses are created to make money, and with over 2,000 gyms across the globe, Planet Fitness has been extremely successful. Yet, unfortunately, they've done so whilst picking up the nickname.
I'm trying to see how many there are. There are so many in Florida. Jesus Christ. Okay, Wyoming kind of base. There's only like 4 in Wyoming. Nevada has like 1 here, and then Jesus, look at this though. The Eastern Seaboard. Oh my God. Look at this. My boy. I mean, even down here in San Diego. But yeah, no, Planet Fitness, big scam. Big scam. Do not sign up. Adobe has a cancellation fee of half a year's pay. What? I'm glad piracy exists. So am I in a video game. In a video game. Piracy in a video game.
Brian, hey Pyro, do you know what Darkwood is? If not, can you check it out?
I do know Darkwood.
Can you please play Darkwood? It's an amazing game and builds suspense very well.
I've played Darkwood before. It's really good. I wanted to do a video on that years ago where I got like a bunch of YouTubers to voice all the characters. I think I'm still going to do that. What I'm doing at the minute is in the Cruelty Squad video, I'm getting the NPCs in the game to speak, and I'm going to get each one voiced by a different YouTuber. Kind of like that bit I had in what game is it? What's the game? Iron Lung. Like Iron Lung. So yeah. It's gonna be good. Right, guys, I'm ending stream now. I'm gonna try to stream tomorrow. I will try, no promises, but I really want to try and be consistent. But yeah, thank you all for joining, and I will see you guys later.